Three-time Super Bowl champion Joe Andruzzi now joining us here on 12 News as we continue to break down the career of Tom Brady after 22 illustrious years in the NFL. Joe, you were there for the first three Super Bowls in the early 2000s. We've had some time now to sort of digest all of the news. We heard some reports come out this weekend. Then Tuesday morning, he makes it official. Your initial reaction on 12 hanging it up?
This reaction is it true now? I mean, it was fake the other day, and who knows? But I guess gave him his mouth today. So God bless him. 22 years. It's an amazing career he's had, and a guy that really came out of nowhere. He came here in 2000 as a 6th-round pick, 4th-string quarterback. I was in the locker room, and and thinking like, teams don't usually keep 4 quarterbacks. So, but his hard work and dedication moved him up on the depth chart. He had that chance and opportunity, and, he had a great mentor in Drew Bledsoe, who stood by his side when he got hurt and then took his job. So, and Drew really showed him the ropes and helped him every which way he can, and also helped us when he came back in the AFC Championship game that year and helped us get to the Super Bowl. And then Tom healed up and was able to go out there and help us win.
Someone in the huddle with him through those early years, early part of the dynasty. I guess what moment stands out to you the most that said, wow, Tom Brady has a chance to become, one of the greatest, obviously, in franchise history, but then maybe one of the greatest that the sport's ever seen?
Well, nobody knew back then. I was there in his early years, but one story that I always tell. I mean, there's a lot of stories I can't probably tell on the air, but there's a couple of good ones that we have to keep. We got to try and keep it PG. So my favorite story though is he was on the sideline. We all seen the videos, and I still haven't seen the actual play-by-play. I think it was John Madden who said, the Patriots should take a knee and take it into overtime and come out here and see if they can win it in overtime. And I'm glad he wasn't our coach then, because he sat on the sidelines and talked to Charlie Weiss, Belichick, and Drew Bledsoe, his sideline player coach, and got that opportunity. Came in the huddle, and he wasn't that rookie quarterback biting his fingernails and stressing out about what he had to do. And he really was a dedicated player. Hard work and dedication gave him that chance and ability to go out there. And he got in that huddle and looked at the rest of us, and he said, let's go do this thing. And we marched down the field, and knowing we had a great kicker on the sidelines who could kick in any weather. And fortunate enough for us, we were in a dome, so it wasn't raining or snowing, but able to give him a chance and put it through the uprights and beat the greatest show on turf that year. And it was truly, one of those big underdog stories. I think we were a 14-point underdog, and nobody gave us a chance and opportunity. And we came together. We played as a team. We went out there one play at a time, offense, defense, special teams. And Tom truly knows that he can't do it by himself, which makes him a genuine player, and cheer him on and understand that he wouldn't have had the great career without his teammates, his coaches, and everybody, and especially his family, all behind him.
He hangs it up at 44 years old, and the stat, I think there's so many stats that really define his legacy, but the fact that he threw more touchdown passes in his 40s than in his 20s. You were there when he was in his 20s. What does it say about the longevity of his career? You've been around some of the most talented players in NFL history. You shared the field with Tom Brady. To be able to have that long of success and continue his play at that high of a level, what does it say about him as a player?
Oh, his drive and determination as a player, and truly made him go out there every year for 22 years and sling that ball around. But let's not forget, towards the end of his career here now, I don't know how many years they've started, they really taking care of the players. They're taking care of the quarterbacks. And, we see it day and every week that, you're playing patty cake out there. You can't touch the quarterback. You can't do this. You can't do that. The defensive backs, if they put a hand on a receiver, it's a penalty. So and a lot of these guys, you can't have two-a-days in camp, and it's one of those things where they're starting to take care of the players because probably because of seeing a lot of guys my age and older than me that are old and beat up now that took a toll on us. But amazing that I made 10 years and coming out of nowhere and being able to do that. And Tom was also basically a free agent, 6th-round pick, and he pushed himself every year and made himself bigger, faster, stronger, smarter, and understanding what his body needed and understanding what he needed to do week in and week out to help prolong himself into another long and grueling season.
We know what he meant here in New England, but across the world, in terms of the NFL, his legacy, what do you put into words? How do you describe his legacy and his impact on the game of football?
His impact has been huge, especially, of course, New England area and now Tampa, but all throughout the NFL. Here's a guy that came out of nowhere. I mean, this is a guy that had 3 sisters. I think I've seen pictures of I know the family and pictures of Tom dressed up as the girl and how much abuse he probably got as a kid. But that drive and determination that was instilled on him from his parents and everybody around him and his coaches and the people that steered him the right way, he took it all in. He absorbed it all and was able to get to the NFL and be able to, have a great career. So for him and, everybody in this world, just to look up to him and be that role model for his kids, other kids, all these kids that that want to be a professional athlete. I mean, they say it's 1% of the public is going to be a professional athlete, and you got a better chance of being a brain surgeon. And sometimes pushing yourself, and which Tom did, and as many others do, year in and year out, and being able to go out there and help him hold that trophy up. I mean, let's not forget 22 years, and he also played in many Super Bowls, so extra games, extra weeks of preparation, and things like that. So it was a truly amazing career. Great honor to him. Honor to play with him, and honor to stand by him and hold that trophy up with him. He was a great player, great teammate, great friend.
All right, that's Joe Andruzzi, 3-time Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots. One of the guys up front on the line blocking for Tom Brady during the early parts of his career as we continue to break down Tom Brady's official retirement. Joe, thanks so much for a few minutes, and we'll be back after this.